Welcome back, little mathematicians. We're here to talk today about one of the most important things and one of our favourite things about mathematics, patterns. So we've been working on this idea that a pattern is something that repeats over and over and over again, like these stars, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue. But are these ones a pattern? No, that's right, they're all stars, but we can't see anything repeating over and over and over in the colours. What about this picture? Does this have something that repeats over and over and over again? I agree with you, but this one? What about this one? Yes, it's a pattern, isn't it? Dog, footprint, footprint, dog, footprint, footprint, dog, footprint, footprint. But if we look at it like this, is this one a pattern yet? You're right, it could be the beginning of a pattern, but because we can't see anything going over and over and over again, we don't know yet. So that's a really important thing about patterning, that we see the call repeating over and over and over. So let's explore some patterns. What I have hiding underneath here is a pattern that I've made using shapes. So it's important that you know that it's a pattern, so you're looking for the part that repeats over and over and over again. So we can already see this shape here. What's that one there? That's right, it's a square. And what I wonder is, what do you predict might come next? Oh, I hear what you're thinking. So some of you are thinking it could be a circle, some of you are thinking it could be a rectangle, some of you are thinking it could be a hexagon, and I heard some people say they thought it could be a triangle. Let's have a look. It's a triangle. So in my pattern, it's starting off with a square and a triangle, and we know that it's a pattern, so there's something inside of this that has to be repeating over and over and over. Do you know what comes next for sure? That's right, you don't yet, do you? Because all we know is it's got a square and a triangle, so we haven't seen the part yet that repeats over and over and over. So we could have a pretty good prediction though. What are you thinking this time? Oh, I see. Some of you are thinking that what might come next is a square. Some of you are thinking that what might come next would be a circle. Some of you are thinking it could be a triangle. Let's see what happens. A square. That's right. So square, triangle, square. What do you think could be next in my pattern? Let's see what happens. Oh, a triangle. Are you starting to feel more confident about how this pattern is emerging? Yes, okay, I see why, because we now have square, triangle, square, triangle. But it's always good to check to see what comes next so that we can see something over and over and over again. So let's see. Oh, you think it's a square? Let's see what happens. Oh, it is. And what do you think might come next now? A triangle? Are you feeling much more confident? Let's see. Oh, it's a triangle. So let's see, we now have square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. And we can see that it repeats over and over and over. So we can pretty much trust now that we've discovered what the core of our pattern is. Well, that's right. Is that what you were thinking too? The square and the triangle. So let's see what comes next. It has a square. Oh, and I wonder what would come here if we continued our pattern. Square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square. Ah, I heard you too. A triangle. So in this sort of a pattern, can you see where the core is? Yeah, the square followed by the triangle. And a way that we can check this as mathematicians is to move our shapes around. So what I like to do in my head is to, or actually with my equipment, is to move things around so that I can check that I can see the core. Because sometimes we can work with some really tricky patterns where it's hard to work out what the repeating core is. So as a mathematician, I can always think flexibly about these situations. So what I might do is start by, if I think my core is a square and a triangle, I can move down my other square and a triangle, and my next square and my triangle, and my next square and triangle. And what I'm hoping to see is that all of the shapes or the objects here are the same, and these ones here also have the same attribute. So in this case, all of my shapes are squares, and in this case, all of my shapes are triangles. And so I can see that I have a pattern. The core is a square and a triangle, and that's the part that repeats over and over and over again. And I can move it back into my line to check.